Blue.
She goes by many last names.
That's what I've heard. Blue Matatunga at outside, Laura Thacker at the other wing, and Serena Liu at fullback.
Okay, so many things here. First of all, I appreciate that you didn't call 11 the weak side or blind side wing.
I won't do that to you.
But also, wonderful pronunciation. It almost feels like I threw you under the bus by giving you the hardest names here, doesn't it?
It's true. I'm glad that I passed the test.
Okay, well, you can pick if you want to do forwards or backs for this one.
Well, I guess since we're both backs, we should probably switch it up. So, starting at loose head prop for the Surfers. Oh, gosh. So as we begin, we'll continue with the San Diego lineup. But here we go with the kickoff.
Evan kicking off to start the game. And we'll work in the names for the San Diego Surfers at an appropriate
Let's
time.
be honest, we're all here for the All Blues.
Kick goes 10.
Breaks the first tackle, but down at around the 10-yard line, 10-meter line, excuse me, it's been a minute. Out to the backs. Got a good breakdown, continuing on the same side. Keeping it tight. All right, now the Surfers are going out wide. They've got it out wide to Tegan McDonald, who gets tackled. Good coverage by the All Blues. Good tackling. All Blues not given an inch here on the first 5 minutes.
Surfers once again looking to move it wide.
Ooh,
find
the all the way to the wing. Almost breaks the tackle. Throws the ball back. Still in
field of play. Yeah, that's impressive.
And now we're out in touch. I believe that's going to be All Blues ball.
Yeah, first line out of the game. Let's see if our friend number 16 decides to be a part of this game again.
You know, 16 switches sides, so it really depends on, who's taking advantage.
Yes, and for those of you who are new to the broadcast, number 16 is our friend, the Coastal Wind of the Bay Area. Had a big impact in Game 1.
I have to imagine it's going to have a big impact on this game as well. The Surfers are relatively big kickers. All Blues, not so much. So we'll be less impacted.
So we actually have a scrum.
Oh, we have a scrum. Look at that. Who knew? All right, both back lines flat, which is an interesting setup for this scrum. Well, let's see what's going to come out of this.
Yeah. I'm going to call diversion in the centers going to the left side wing.
Okay.
Let's see if we're correct.
I think that's a likely.
And while we wait here, scrum for the San Diego Surfers is Alexis Scott, Talia Carrasquillo, Jamila Reinhardt, Mara Jacobs.
Ball's out.
Jamie Albarelli.
Oh, lost the ball, but backwards. Nope. Ref calls it a knock-on, so we've got a Surfer scrum.
And so rounding out the scrum will be Laura Easterling and Geneviève Quirion. I'm guessing that's probably not how she says her name. At flanker.
Genevieve.
And then at number 8, Julia Bouchard.
All right. And we've got at scrum half Rachel Grindling.
Oh, actually scrum half
excuse me. Elizabeth Trujillo. Fly half is Rachel Grindling. We've got at our wings, we've got Kyla Roth and Megan Foster. Inside center is Kanasha Thompson, Tegan McDonald at outside center, and Megan Foster, kicker and fullback. Ball's out, thrown to the gap between the fly half and the center. Good tackle.
Good pressure here. All Blues in good position, playing in the Surfers 5.
Oh, we're in the red zone for sure. The All Blues smell blood. They're on the hunt right now, trying to get that ball.
Yeah, Surfers keeping the ball tight, punching up the fringes.
All Blues not giving an inch. Recycling out wide, and here we go with our first kick of the day. Over the fullback's head.
Yeah.
Chasing it down. We got good support by our back three.
Yeah, it looks like she read that ball a little bit wrong. Maybe he got taken by the wind. Now our friend number 16,
and
but All Blues.
Oh, we got a knock on.
Yeah, and that definitely seems like a missed opportunity because the All Blues had the 2-on-1. Quick ball to the wing would have probably been a different outcome.
Blue's going to be she's going to be upset with herself for that.
Yeah. And with number 14, she's had such a big impact so far in the season, Laura, but very young player, joined us from San Jose, and I think this is probably something that, with a little bit more experience, that ball gets out wide earlier. I think to your point earlier, Megan Foster with a very early kick. She's a good kicker. She likes to kick, put teams under pressure, and really good decision here, putting the All Blues back in their own half.
That strategy worked that time. Let's see if the All Blues can clean that up for next time. All right, we got our ball out.
Good counter straw. Wing comes in.
Up the center, breaks one tackle, tackled by number 6.
Roz. Yeah, as we did the roster, I realized Rosaline is a name she's probably not been called in quite a few years. Quick tap, really smart move here by the scrum half.
All right.
Tackled by Kedra.
Quite a bit of ground here. Oh, and a broken tackle by, I believe, the number 8, Julia. Going wide, out to number 6.
Surfers with a really strong opportunity here now inside the All Blues red zone. Another strong run by their lock.
By Mara Jacobs. Going back to the other side.
Switching sides.
Got our 13, Tegan McDonald, taking it in. Drawing people in so that they can go wide. Is it going to work? We've got
a good counter ruck by the All Blues, but unable to steal the ball.
Alexa Scott with the first drive. Going out wide.
Noticing that the All Blues are having a hard time playing that inside shoulder.
Ooh!
And just as I say that, strong break
here. I think that was Kanusha Thompson. On the 5-meter line here for the Surfers, really knocking on the door. Let's see how the All Blues defense holds up here. Hoping for a Surfers mistake to get that ball back. But Surfers not giving them the satisfaction. Ooh. Really holding that fringe, though. The fringe is holding tight.
Ball is stolen. Turnover.
All right. Sorry. Should I be cheering? I should be neutral. That was good defense.
And good turnover by the All Blues, who will be playing from well inside their own half, looking to clear some territory here. Interested to see if they might actually run it up a little bit to create some space and then kick it out. Guess we'll find out soon enough.
We're going to find out. We'll see. They do got some size here in the inside. We've got our fly half, given some room for the fullback.
Yeah, really good string of play, though, by the Surfers, just unable to convert, but put together roughly a dozen good phases there.
Solid work by the team.
Very good defense by the All Blues, preventing them from getting a try just a few meters out. We'll get a scrum reset here. Man, every time I see the scrum, I just feel so lucky that I was never involved.
I actually just zone out when the scrum starts to form.
That's
just
good
waiting
to know.
for my turn.
This from the fly half.
I know, I got about 30 seconds.
That's amazing. Yeah, you just got to really appreciate all the hard work that the forwards put together. The All Blues able to get
free kick here.
Free kick.
Going out.
Strong run by the fly half. Kristen Ciano.
Kristen making her debut, we think, this season. We haven't seen her before in that fly half position. We got a kick out.
Evan kicks out.
Good positioning.
Let's see if the All Blues can field it properly. Good tackle. Well covered.
The Surfers in a bit of disarray here, but keeping the ball, giving themselves some time to realign.
Yeah.
Making a little bit of ground.
A strong run.
Oh, we got a penalty
here.
Not
releasing. Another quick tap by the scrum half. Good fend.
Lots of ground here.
I'm not sure that the All Blues were back 10, but the referee not calling it.
Close enough. Good tackle. Oh, All Blues were ready for that. Ooh, interesting. Little pop kick here. Oh, and it worked out for them as Megan Foster puts the ball down.
Yeah, just
in the try.
The exact type of bounce you want as a kicker and the exact type of bounce you don't want as the person covering.
That's right. You had 2 All Blues waiting for that bounce to come up. 3 Surfers in different positions ready to pick that ball up and put it down. So we got Megan Foster getting the first blood here in the game and converting the kick will be her as well.
Well, attempting. Let's not call
going
that
for
into,
the conversion. Going for the conversion.
Into reality quite yet. But yeah, the Surfers have shown their ability to use the kick to their advantage very strategically. A really good kick earlier by Megan Foster to clear quite a bit of territory, putting the All Blues under a tremendous amount of pressure. And now again, another really smart kick from... actually, forget.
Oh, who was that? Yeah.
They're 10. Yeah.
It was so that was from Rachel Greenling? Here we go with the attempt. Ooh, it's looking good, but it goes wide left.
Yeah, Megan Foster is definitely one of those players that can be a difference maker with her kicking. We'll take another look at the kick here. So really strong possession. You can see that they're lining up flat a little bit. All Blues slow to recognize this. Quick chip kick over the top. And if you think about it, the defense was there, but just really great bounce, and Megan Foster able to put it down.
It was a very smart thing to try. Oh, and that is...
And our friend on first error, number 18.
Out? It appears it was not, and so we've got a line out. Oh, yes, it was. Out on the full. So we've got Surfer's ball in the middle of the pitch.
Be a scrum. The first game was hilarious because a lot of these players had just come back from Sevens Nationals, and so the first kick went straight out, and the All Blues tried to quick tap it at midfield. It takes a little bit of readjustment.
You know, it's that instinct, though. You want to keep that. You just want to reapply it into a different context.
Totally. Love the thought, love the strategy, love the effort. Just wrong time.
Yeah.
So it'll be scrum put in for the Surfers at midfield.
Liz Trujillo putting the ball in. Let's see if... Oh.
Ball comes out, kick to the back line.
Scrambling for the ball, going out wide. Ooh, directly out. That was kind of a panic toss there to the wing.
Definitely the team looked a little bit discombobulated after that ball came out.
Yeah, good pressure by the All Blues.
Yeah, good
recognition. Force that bad pass.
It's one of those passes that it either doesn't hit the target, or when it does, you get smashed. So it's like a lose-lose type of situation when you rush those passes without looking.
That's true. Great.
Strong line out, good throw in.
Great throw by Kid Cat.
Strong run by Christina Ramos. Ooh, great pressure. Was that intentional, though?
Let's see what he... Yep. He's going to call that...
Batted down. Yeah, I mean, I would go for those all the time in 15s. It's not like in 7s where you get the automatic yellow.
That's true.
So those 50-50s.
It's worth it. It's worth it on the 15, in the 15s game.
I mean...
Decent kick there by the All Blues. I want to see some more of that punting.
Into the wind, too.
Mm-hmm. Made some good distance.
I think that was probably a difference as well in Evans' clearance kick. Not really getting the distance there, kicking into the wind. Mm-hmm. Was a high kick, so...
It's true. Yeah, you got to keep it low.
The wind tends to be a little bit more of an impact.
The wind is the 16?
16 is the wind. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 16 is the sideline.
Yeah, 16 is
17 is the wind. 18 is the unforced error.
Ah, that's right.
Not as many of those to start the game today.
It's true. Pretty solid play. I think we're in the middle of the season. Everybody's got several weeks of games and practices under the belt. We got some good fundamentals playing. Now it's really about strategy. Making those good decisions, keeping the ball in that ruck.
Looks like the All Blues have a bit of an advantage on the right side.
Ooh, way to keep that. Oh, this looks good. This looks promising. And it's a try.
Below puts the ball down in the try zone. First try, All Blues.
I apologize for Blow's friends that I've been saying her name wrong. I've been reading her name everywhere.
Bulau.
All
and
right.
that's really her strength, isn't it? Just being able to keep the defense on their toes, guessing if she's going to pass it, if she's going to take it.
Her. She is a good player with ball in hand. You don't know if she's going to power her way through or give it a little toss.
Yeah, just really shifty, using that jingle jangle to bring back a Josie Tsang term from the Stanford days. Really agile.
And powerful.
And powerful.
Say.
Yeah.
So we've got a conversion attempt by Crescenciano.
Don't be fooled by that stringy body. Kick is white.
Kick is wide, good distance. So that was close.
So we are all tied up at 5, and let's have a look again at this really nice effort by Below. Right off of the previous breakdown, ball comes out quick. Evan does a good job of moving it out, and then Below just able to squeeze between 2 defenders. So just really good recognition by her to see that the defenders hadn't really committed to tackle her.
They had a bit of an overload, so they had the psychological advantage, if nothing else. And she took advantage of that.
Yeah. So All Blues will be receiving here at the restart. And we have Rachel listed as fly half, but I want to say this is Hunter. And I apologize to everyone if we are saying the wrong thing here. Maybe it's
good high kick.
Well fielded by Evan, keeping her feet, giving her support some time to get there.
Ooh. Little give and go right there, trying to get it wide. All right, breaking some tackles.
Good run by Ali.
Making good distance back at the halfway line for the All Blues.
Yeah, good offloading game so far.
Continuing on. Bit of a dicey pass there by...
I'm sure Below was like, you could have taken
that.
that.
I didn't want that. But
penalty.
The All Blues with a penalty.
Offsides, I believe.
Going for the sideline. Another good kick, good distance. Well played.
It's another really strong opportunity. Good field positioning here for the All Blues. Another good opportunity off of the line out.
Both of these teams at 1 and 2 in the league right now, so both of them really need the win to keep their hopes alive for getting to the playoffs and championship.
Good throw in by Kit Kat. Really experienced player for the Berkeley All Blues.
Good rolling maul here, and ball is out to the backs.
Christina with another strong run.
Going back the way they came.
Roz is such a dynamic player. Very difficult to tackle ball in hands. Strong run by the fly half. So I would say we have a running fly half here, wouldn't you say?
I do appreciate a running fly half, I gotta say. Kristen's doing well
good
with that
run by Kedra.
Okay.
Can she extend and
Can she
put
make
it down?
it in?
Good tackle by the Surfers to save the try.
Close, but not yet. Got to recycle that ball to get it out. Hopefully they can get it out. Probably going to keep it tight. And what do we get?
Nope,
not
diving
yet.
at the feet.
Good defense by the Surfers, holding that line.
I mean, I believe 75% of the team is in that breakdown.
It is
so
true. If you just went 10 feet to the left, I think you might have an easier chance. And the All Blues see that too. It might be a decoy.
I think at this point we could probably pass it out.
And we get it.
Or
try
not.
for the All Blues under the post.
Looks like this was put down by Ali, number 5. And this is setting up a pretty easy conversion here for number 10. So hopefully the All Blue is able to slot this one down. But really good runs to set up that try.
Absolutely. That was a team try, not to mention the 5 or so attempts right under the post. You're going to get one through at some point.
Yeah, I think there were really no surprises as to what the All Blues were setting up, having only 3 players lined out, but
it's
able
true.
to convert.
I think actually the 3 backs flipping to the left really threw the Surfers off. Maybe got that little bit of space needed to get that ball through.
Possibly. possibly.
All right, and the conversion attempt is good. I believe that is the first conversion that the All Blues have made this season.
Oh, I don't know. If that's true. I don't know. I don't know. That's possible. All right, so have another look here. And just really a smart dive here at the line by number 5. Able to find a little bit of space on the outside of the defense there and using the post to her advantage to find that just little bit of spacing to score.
All you need is a little space.
That's all it takes. All Blues receiving again. It looks like the Surfers are electing to kick to the left-hand side again.
Another good high ball.
Evan,
Ooh, this is a dangerous one for the All Blues. I don't know about that tackle. That was a tackle player without a ball.
Playing the player without the ball and in the air. Kind of a lucky break here, as this could have been considered a dangerous play. But both players okay, and Evan shaking it off. Man, she's a tough player.
Ooh, that was a long kick, but did not make it to touch. So the Surfers on counterattack. Foster kicking, no surprise there. Taking advantage of that wing who was looking a little bit scared under the ball.
Offside, so the All Blues will have the option to take the ball from where it was kicked or fielded.
And we've got time here called by the ref.
Time for some words here.
What do you think he's going to talk about? Do you think it's about the kickoff, or do you think it has to
repeat infringements?
Yeah.
I don't know. But one of my favorite things watching rugby is watching some of the clever commentary from some of the European refs.
Nigel Owens, all-time great.
Probably,
the greatest.
The Hall of Fame
Absolutely.
By himself.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone can come close to the excellence in refereeing as well as the wit. He really knows how to put players in their place.
Yeah, it's really a work of art. If you think about it, it's an art in and of it. It's its own art form.
It's a very fine line between being obnoxious and just being fantastic, and he toes it so well.
Wish I could say the same about myself.
We know from experience that it takes it's a difficult line to.
So another kick that doesn't make touch, and the Surfer is really well positioned to field it. So All Blues losing possession here, and forced to play defense in the Surfers. Let's call it yellow zone, just outside of the 22. So unable to kick straight out.
Surfers not really taking advantage of that wide. They have an overload quite often, and they are not taking advantage, which is to the advantage of the All Blues, who are really doing well on the tackling for the most part.
Especially close to the ruck. I think to your point, if the Surfers were recognizing that there is an overload on the outsides, especially now having played a couple of phases and having a mixed match of forwards and backs.
Breaking a tackle here, but Kit Kat holding on.
It's that jersey tackle. Needed, but can be effective.
Oh, running right into Kristen. But we got good realignment by the All Blues. And let's see. And we got a broken tackle here. Crowd's getting excited. Surfers really putting together some great phases. Oh, until then. But we've got offsides by the All Blues. When the offense is making so much ground, it's really hard to stay on side sometimes if you're that tackler.
I just love the extra drama around getting back on sides there, just to really indicate
I am attempting to get back on sides.
But also,
my hands are up.
But also not really getting out of the way. It works.
It's much more interesting than soccer drama, I gotta say.
Oh, man. I still think that video that had been put together with the Everybody Hurts to soccer drama,
absolutely,
and then contrasted to the rugby drama was one of my favorite videos.
Basically, any video that is reflecting between the differences between soccer and rugby. How could you not want to play rugby?
Well, it's that thing if you're just not good enough for being an actor, but like sports, right?
All right,
ball comes out. Good, strong line out with the surfers.
Got a switch on the surfers. Did not work, but let's see if they can make it work in the second phase.
Good pressure by below, able to
good team tackle here. Double tackle.
Good job by the runner for the surfers, making it back to the gain line after below was in her face about 5 meters behind it.
We might want some of these All Blues forwards closer to the ruck. Here we go.
Bit of a flattening tackle there. Good pressure, forcing
there.
the ball to go to ground.
Back. Oh, and a knock on. We're going to play
turnover.
advantage here. Still advantage, and I would say that is a penalty.
That was playing the ball on the ground for sure.
Yeah.
But not seen by the ref. It happens. There's a lot to monitor on the field. Some things are bound to fly under the radar.
Yeah.
Seemed like an obvious one.
You know, from our point of view.
Yeah, we were on the other side of it.
All right, so we've got one more scrum. How much time do we have left in the half here?
About
we've got
16 minutes.
16 minutes left. Well into the first half. Everybody's getting into their groove.
All Blues still enjoying a 12-5 lead over the San Diego Surfers.
A lot of talking there. And we might break. Didn't feel comfortable. Sometimes you just got to reset.
Both forwards having a word here. Maybe working together to make the scrum work, would you say? Unlikely. Unlikely. So we have the scrum reset. Interesting formation with the All Blues. Looks like a W.
Really trying to put that pressure on the... Oh, that was a lucky missed kick here by the Surfers. That would have been off to the races.
Good heads-up play by the fly half to dive on it.
All right, we're going wide. Again. Okay, we've got a catch here by our fullback. Broke one tackle, stopped by the wing, or the fullback, I believe.
And pushed out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Oh, actually the ball had come out, was stolen, so looks like the Surfers could have had a little bit of momentum there, brought back by the touch judge. Maggie's really, it's her first real opportunity for a little bit of running. You got to stay in bounds, though.
Rule number 1, right? Isn't that the first thing they teach you?
Oh my God, as a wing especially. All Blues able to stole the line out. My God, I'm a little bit jet lagged. It should be said.
Okay.
English is the first thing to go when I'm tired. But All Blues
letting it go out, taking advantage of that, losing some ground, but getting the possession.
It's really interesting for me to see like the different strategies with ball on the ground, because the Surfers have been really quick to put a foot on it, which has worked to their advantage really well in this game, whereas the All Blues are a little bit slower to fall on the ball or even put a foot to it. Something they might want to clean up for the second half.
Yeah, the All Blues are... Ooh, good step.
That's Cristina Ramos's bread and butter, is that cut. And
was that a jingle jangle? Almost a jingle jangle. Oh, taking it quick. Nope. And brought back.
Surfers called for going straight to ground.
So I think you're right. The Surfers have been using their feet very well. It seems like a strategy that is not only Megan Foster's bread and butter, but also something that other backs are attempting, and it's working for them. Really putting the pressure on the All Blues back three.
Yeah, and I mean, playing to their strengths, they have a lot of really great kickers in key positions, and they're able to take advantage of that. Playing a really smart kicking game, really. All Blues with their third miss going for the line.
I think they might be trying to go a little too far. First is to get it out of bounds.
Agreed.
Another long pass to the wing.
Good cut.
Good pickup by
covered by the guardian angel, as we like to call it. Surfers playing tight. Well, actually not so tight, but to the forwards.
Continuing on
really
to the far
attacking
side.
just outside of that first spot of defenders.
I think they might be trying to tire out the All Blues in the first half, see how that affects the pace of the game in the second half.
Yeah, and that's exactly where being first to those balls on the ground is going to be.
Oh! So we had a turnover by the All Blues, taking the advantage of the ball, but we had almost Pick.
An interception.
Pick.
If you guys could see, we're miming now. But it's really helpful, actually, the miming, because I knew exactly what you meant.
It's really
continue that. Yeah.
No one needs to know, Nat. Yes, I will say that I just got back from 2 weeks in Brazil, so English, surprisingly, my accent is fantastic, but my vocabulary has very much shrunk.
Was that an indirect jab at my accent?
I
feel attacked.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So the All Blues here under a little bit of pressure. Seemed like Surfers got out a little bit fast. Some people are arguing that it could have been offsides. Doesn't matter, though.
Here we are.
They don't have the ball. Scrum to the Surfers. See what they make of it.
Ooh.
Good.
All Blues
counter
putting some pressure in there.
Yeah. Counter scrum.
Switching sides.
But well covered by the All Blues. Looked like they actually had more numbers in defense than the Surfers had attackers.
Continuing to go to that far side.
Great
with
tackle by Abby.
Fantastic.
Abby's having a really strong tackling day so far.
Putting so much pressure on these Surfers.
Lots of positive tackles.
All right, this is going to take 2 to take her down. Almost got that position. And
All Blues not rolling away.
Yep.
Quick tap. You would think the All Blues would expect that. It's the third time she goes quick.
Yeah,
Right
she's
off
taking
of a
advantage
penalty.
of our, the slowness to get back.
And again,
Oof.
the Surfers with an opportunity to go wide. They had 6 people versus 3 and opting to go inside.
A lot of passing in contact, working out for the Surfers. Oops. Staying the same way. We got a bit of an overload here, but she decides to take it in. Oh.
And Surfers have been using that dribble quite a bit of
Apparently,
times.
dribbling is now allowed.
Yeah. It's that fine line between rugby and basketball.
Doesn't work so well on grass. But at least they keep possession. Oh, and taking advantage of the... Oh!
Maybe that's...
That was very close.
It's the first time that we see an All Blue going for that kick, though, but it's tough to do with the thigh, so...
Laura Thacker almost getting that ball and then being gone. She would have been gone.
Yeah, nothing but clear skies ahead.
Yeah.
And a bit of construction, if we're being honest, but...
It's beyond our world.
All right, so we're playing the knock-on first here. All Blues really putting together a really strong scrum today.
It's looking super solid.
Yeah.
They're really holding secure on their ball and really putting that pressure on the Surfers when on defense. The All Blues really hanging back here off of the scrum. Let's see what is in store for us.
Yeah. Just
I'm really
10 meters starting.
I'm really hoping that we're going to release Laura. I'm looking forward to seeing this run. Here we go.
Yeah.
Not taking advantage. Going out wide. Good run. Getting
Good
out
pass.
wide. Good pass.
And had one more player on the outside.
Was not
but
able to
keeps
get
the
it
ball.
off.
Looks like they're not releasing. It's recognized by the referee.
Taking
Shelby
it-
looking
almost
to
took
go
it quick.
but opting for a kick. Interesting.
We are close to the sideline, so hopefully we'll be a bit conservative here on this kick and get it out of bounds.
The Surfers yelling to keep it clean. So recognizing that they're really losing a lot of yardage on those penalties. When they have the ball, they're doing a really great job of maintaining possession, but then really giving away a lot of territory to the All Blues through these easy-to-fix errors.
Yep. So, we're starting to see maybe a little bit of fatigue, a few more drop balls, a few more bad decisions on passing. Just trying to put those things together to break that line. But good, solid defense from both teams.
And the Surfers recognizing that the All Blues were probably going to drive that ball and maul it, so didn't put anyone up in the air and contesting the maul. All Blues able to maintain the ball at the back of the maul, doing a great job moving up the field.
Very exciting here.
Lane advantage.
Continuing
Looks like
to go.
the Surfers were offsides.
Oh, and then a pull down here. Oh, yeah, we got the ball off.
Good off. He decides to keep the ball. Probably a wise decision. Looks like
All
the
right.
All Blues
Ooh, I
have
don't
an
know, that's
opportunity to
up a
move it
little
wide,
offsides.
but too flat.
Yeah. Okay,
Moving
we got
the ball now.
wide. No, bad decision.
Oh,
but we
it
got
is
that ball back.
saved
All right.
by Maggie. Really smart
Oh, no.
positioning on her end, but the ball is
Okay,
lost.
we're taking it back to the beginning of the advantage.
Oh boy, you gotta love those 15s advantage periods.
It's a very
I mean,
gracious, yeah.
Forgot it even was called in the first place.
Well, you could see how far they went across the field, but he did go straight back to where we started, so we did not make any ground on that couple minutes.
Amazing. And again, I think both teams really leaving some tries on the field. Looks like this time the Surfers were reprimanded with a yellow card. I'm going to guess that this is from repeat infractions.
I do believe that that was who he was talking to earlier.
But coming back to the fact that both teams are leaving some tries on the field by not moving the ball wide, just not recognizing that there are overloads and staying too flat. Both teams doing a great job of coming up on defense and preventing the ball from moving out wide. I would expect that that would be an adjustment that both teams would make at halftime.
Yeah, and I think that, what we've seen is that the outside backs on both teams are getting a little a little flat there. They're being
just not working hard to get back.
That and just
their
they are waiting for the ball, but they're not waiting back enough. So by the time they catch the ball, they are right there with the defense.
Good run by the fly half. All Blues putting the Surfers under great deal of pressure here. Quick offload, and the All Blues are in.
All right, and it's a try. It was a try by the fly half. Chris Ciano made it all the way in.
Serrano, sorry. Just renamed you. You've been baptized. Under the post again, so another really good opportunity for an easy conversion here. Let's see if our friend number 17 has any impact on this kick. But should be easy two-pointer here.
So we're going to have to find out a little bit more about Kristen. Kristen's showing up well here at the fly half position. A couple of mistakes. Maybe nerves, maybe, just getting used to that scrum half connection, but really showing that strength in running and some good decision making.
Yeah, done a good job of opting to run when the gaps were there. I think that the Surfers, as well as the All Blues, have been overplaying a little bit to the outside shoulder. So both teams are recognizing that and finding some half gaps. She found that first gap. The conversion is good. And then was the support to then get the ball back.
Yeah.
Score the try. So have a look here at that last try. Strong run off the back of the scrum. Gets tackled. Gets back into position to actually released, got back up and scored the try. Actually missed that the first time.
Yeah.
So really strong effort, really high work rate on her part.
Yeah, and great execution. It's one thing to have the wherewithal to pick yourself back up and pick that ball up, but to do that under the posts with that many people around you and to do it well so that you're not actually infringing.
And she's done it a few times this game, so definitely something that she's looking to do. Something for the Surfers to make an adjustment around in the second half. And so we have another kickoff right before halftime, 4 minutes left to play. A little bit of miscommunication by the All Blues, but well played by Jordan.
Three sets of arms, but the fourth one got it.
Good run by Kedra. Quick ball by Shelby, out to the 10, moves the ball out to Ali. Gets to the backs, great offload by Below, who was under a lot of pressure to find Shelby, who gets the ball back to the gain line. Quick ball by Shelby again. Get out to Kit Kat. Strong run by Kit Kat. Good tackle by the Surfers. It turns over. Looks like it popped out of that tackle. We haven't seen too many balls lost in contact this game, so even surprised to see it happen here, especially by a player like Kit Kat, who's so strong in contact.
It's true. Might have gotten poached right on the ground. And the Surfers going wide, finally making it out to the wing,
well defended by Evan. Great connection.
Ooh, almost. If she had only kept her feet after grabbing that ball, but unfortunately, once she lost her balance, fell on it.
It seemed to me like she already had possession, but again, a hard call to make. It could have gone either way. Referee decides she lost her feet, so it'll be a kick to touch by Megan Foster. Megan finds touch. Just inside of the All Blues 22, it'll be Surfers line out. Thrown in by their number 1, Alexis Scott. All Blues get a hand on the ball, but unable to steal the line out.
And the
great
ball is out
counter-ruck by
and
the All
taken
Blues.
by the
Ball
All
on the
Blues.
ball.
Going out wide. The crowd is getting really excited about that.
Yes,
And-
great decision. No one's home for the Surfers.
Oh,
Ball
and
goes too
directly
far.
out. Unfortunate. Just overcooked it.
Overcooked it. Overgreased it. Well, you know what? It did find touch this time.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Just need to flip that on its head. Another line out for the Surfers here. Wind really picking up. Going for the short, long throw. Showing a lot of confidence in their ability to get the ball to the back of the line out despite the wind. Really strong run. Great, smart play.
Oh, no, and a penalty on the All Blues. No quick tap there. All Blues quick to get back.
Wonder if the Surfers will opt for a kick for points here with time expiring at the end of the half. Should be an easy one for
I think that is
Megan
an
Foster's
easy
lot.
decision to make. All right, so as the half closes, we've got one last penalty attempt. Mhm. All Blues not taking anything for granted, ready for that to bounce off of a upright.
And the last thing you want is for it to bounce off of a post and someone coming through on a line to score
That
5
is-
points instead of 2.
Yeah,
Have to say
that is just gutting.
that was my favorite try to
I
score.
have to imagine. I kind of remember that one. That was brilliant.
Yeah, we celebrated like we just beat England, but it was the first try of the game.
It always feels like the best one. And the kick is good.
Megan hardly misses from there, and that's why she's the one that's called up to make those kicks. Good decision by the Surfers to close out the half. The
Yep.
mark of a good team is often the decisions that are made to start the game and to close the game. So good job there by the
There you go.
Surfers.
Both teams getting cheered off of the pitch. Score at halftime is Berkeley All Blues 19, San Diego Surfers 8. Take this second to thank our sponsors today. Not yet. Oh, we got to do the conversion?
Well, while we wait here, what do you expect would be some of the adjustments that both teams would make at halftime? Oh,
Well, I think-
just kidding.
Oh,
So this game is brought to you by CPC, which is not for Chow's parents' company, but is incidentally Chow's parents' company,
there we go. And Alpinet.
who is not owned by Chow's parents' company, by Chow's parents, as it turns out, and Inline Chiropractic, longtime supporter of the Berkeley All Blues.
If you have any needs for your massaging and/or chiropractic, go there. They're great.
Abby will take care of you. She has been taking care of the All Blues for many years.
And the WPL, sponsors of this league and series.
And last but not least, we want to shout out All Star Films, always doing a great job helping teams out in the Bay Area. If you have any needs for your high school, your college, or your club side sports, make sure that you call All Star Films. Been supporting women's rugby for many years. And honestly, does a great job.
Fantastic work.
Okay, let's just go back here, if we could, down memory lane. When we played, if we had 3 fans, we were having a good day. If we had sun at the game, we were having a good day.
yeah.
But certainly we didn't have the level and quality of broadcasting that All Star Films is bringing to this game.
Absolutely not. I mean, the professionalism and quality of the equipment and output is fantastic. Getting to live stream games is just incredible. It's so fun to be able to come to the games if you can, but if you can't, come to the games through the web. We're all here. We're all here. You know, we have to grow the game by watching it. We got to show our support.
Affects the second half and the strategy for both teams.
Yeah, the wind has kind of shifted over during the course of the halftime. It was more of a cross breeze, but does seem to be going
left to right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the direction is in terms of nautical things, but
west to east.
Thank you.
Good high kick. Been kicking solidly all day. Oh, good tackle.
Yeah.
Ball
Timed
went
that
backwards.
very well.
Still All Blues ball. And Kristen finding the gap. Can she get the ball off? No, but she can keep on going.
Puts two hands on the ball just before the tackle. Smart decision there to maintain possession.
Kit-Kat gets the ball off.
Ooh, Abby with a strong run. The All Blues looking to really make the best of this first initial drive. Below, brought to ground, maintains possession. Shelby is there for the ball. Able to get it out wide.
Can she get the gap? Can she get the gap? She's got a gap. Evan with the carry. All Blues coming out on fire. Get the ball out wide. Get the ball out wide. And we got it out wide. Out to Laura Thacker. Can she get it in?
Tackled.
She's tackled on the line. Ball is held up. Good last-ditch defense by the Surfers, but fantastic team play by the All Blues. Really getting it down, I would say, about 60 meters.
There's really no better way to start a half. Perhaps the only way to start a half better is by putting it down in the try zone. But the All Blues getting all the way to the 5-meter line, both through a combination of strong running. Started off with number 10, really getting through the line, and then some great offloads by the rest of the team to get it out wide on the other end of the field.
I wonder what the coach said during halftime.
Find the space.
Take it.
We should be coaching. The time's going to be a bit off here as the scoreboard is just getting started.
Oops.
But we do have running clock on the live stream. So please trust the clock on the live stream and not on the scoreboard. Again, because Andre knows what he's doing at All Star Films.
I mean, he's so professional. So we've got our scrum twisted a little bit, but still solid enough that ref didn't call it up. And we've got a try.
Another try for Kristen.
Kristen Tiano really showing her strength today.
She's a powerful runner. It's very clear that the All Blues are using that as part of the strategy. It looked like the ball might have gone out to the backs, but instead they hit Kristen on a flat ball. It was going just on the inside of the fly half.
Yeah, good angle in between the fly half and the scrum. Scrum half had no chance, and the fly half was caught off guard.
Tough conversion for her, though, but this time she should have a little bit of help from number 17, our friend the wind.
Yeah, if she can catch this wind, it's really about the angle then. Taking her time, really squaring that up. You're going to do that.
Strong strike.
Ooh, that was a solid kick, but that was wide right.
Just wide to the right. And I think the key to that play, as we'll be able to see here in a second, was really setting that strong, solid structure from the scrum to be able to hit the flight half at pace. So we see that she's coming to creep up a little bit here, gets the ball flat, really drives her feet against the 10 from the Surfers.
And you got to wonder if they intentionally wheeled that right, because they were wheeling it towards their backs, which was a really fantastic way of getting the Surfers defense on their back foot and getting as much distance covered by the time that got out, making it an easy try for Kristen.
Absolutely. Smart play, smart call play by the All Blues, and very well drawn out by their coach.
Ooh, this might not go 10. And it does.
Both teams decide to play it right at the 10-meter line. All Blues lucky that the ball actually pops to their side. It seemed like a little bit of a basketball jump ball there for a second. Strong run, as you'd expect from Cristina Ramos.
Kristen taking it, maybe getting a little too confident there on that run. Had a bunch of people on her outside. Ooh, and we got a pop
Box
over.
kick.
Box kick over, and
It stays in and bounces out.
so at least
Really
we
threading the needle there.
almost got that ball back, but got that territory back. All right, Surfers getting their line out on just on their side of their half.
Both scrum halves for both teams are the type of players that you wonder if they ever tire. Really, both of them doing a great job fighting themselves at every breakdown, but just overall, throughout their careers, they've always been the type of players that work hard, are relentless, and just really great skills-wise. Speaking of
Unfortunate
great
knock-on.
skills,
Oh, wait.
number 18 made an appearance.
Okay, here we go. We got some space. Well, not able to get that ball off.
Well marked by the Surfers, who were playing the outside as well as
Straight down? Straight
inside
down.
player. The dribble.
Oh, and we got a kick. Oh, kicking it to space. That was a beautiful grubber. And
It
get in the
finds
territory.
touch, and it's well marked by who do you expect? Kit Kats. That's another player.
Another
that
wing player.
has
And
an
her guys are
overdrive
running.
like no one else. I mean, she is constantly moving.
Line out to the
That's probably why she's on the national team.
She does her job well, and she's apparently doing other people's jobs. I am not used to seeing a hooker running down a kick like that.
What's up with that? Should be starting at number 11 next week.
And we've got our line out here. Surfers really getting pushed into their red zone.
These are the throws that you want to make sure go to target.
Absolutely.
Again, they fake front and go to the back.
Ooh.
All Blues lift at the front, but unable to
Going
make
out
any
wide,
sort of
trying
impact
to
there.
get it into the middle of the pitch. Tackled there.
Surfers turtle rocking at this point.
Really staying right there.
Trying to create a very narrow gate, giving the All Blues less of a chance to counter ruck.
Oh, we got a penalty against the All Blues, backing up 10, not letting them have that quick tap. Not that the Surfers were ready to take it.
Yeah, another smart decision from the Surfers. Obviously, we know that they like to quick tap when they have the opportunity, but understanding that they're deep in their territory, relying on their veteran Megan Surfer to get the ball into
Good
touch.
kick by Foster. We're good. We got you, Andre. You got two good ball handlers here. Your equipment's safe.
And leaving nothing to chance. Really strong kick. Almost hit the booth here.
Well, we see number 17 showing and really helping that ball get out.
We're having a substitution on the Surfer side with number 12
Coming
leaving
out.
the field. And we have number... We will...
Not sure about her number, but she looks like a strong runner. Complex throw in here by the Surfers. Going out far, flat.
Yeah, and the Surfers using a variety of combinations to keep the All Blues on the ground. We saw that initial line out being stolen by the All Blues when it went to the short side, and so trying some things that have made them really successful in getting the ball in field.
Oh, Surfers taking an inside track, breaking the line, but not getting too far. Oh, All Blues stealing the ball. All Blues ball. Having a hard run.
Number 10, very
Giving
cleverly
it to
putting the ball
Allison
back on
Byrne.
the inside. And then given away through a really messy pass. Oh, able
But
to
she
shield
kept it. And they're calling it back probably for a knock-on. Yep.
There was a whistle we missed there.
The ref did not see it, but the sideline judge did. Okay. Nope. All right, so we've got a scrum here for the Surfers.
Scrum down, Surfer.
Surfers ready to make some ground. They need to get back on offense if they want a chance at this game. Score is 8 to the Surfers, 24 for the All Blues.
Taking a little bit of time here to reset, and pretty sure the All Blues back haven't moved since the scrum was called off.
They're catching their breath.
Maybe they're zoning out, like you mentioned earlier.
It's a good time to just reflect on what you're trying to accomplish.
We're calling it reflection.
Ah, yes.
Good run here.
All Blues not really getting that, closing down the ground on defense.
Number 11 coming in. Ball coming out for the Surfers.
Got a knock.
Dribbled again.
Really?
Really
Really
enjoying
not a
that dribble call.
Yeah, he really likes the straight down call. No one on the outside. Got to take the inside run. Strong runner, though.
Christina doing a good job of bringing her down.
That might be Tiffany Tate. No, 23. Yes, Tiffany Tate. And that, really? Okay. He really does not like knock-on calls.
I think it came off the foot into the hands.
Okay. All right.
But,
oh, good pressure there. No time.
Yeah, this is great defense by the All Blues. As you recall, the Surfers had started right around the midfield line and being pushed back outside of their 10.
Yeah, Surfers, it kind of looked a little bit like a sevens tactic there to bring it to the right a little bit and then swing left quickly. But didn't make it very far. All Blues putting a lot of pressure on.
They appear to be offsides to me this time, but overall playing some really strong defense.
Oh, that's so tiring.
It's probably going to be a not rolling away here.
Yes, it is. There we go with that quick tap.
You know, it's happening if it's anywhere in their half.
Going out wide, one more. Tiffany Tate didn't have any time to do anything. Oh, again, just a little too grabby there in the ruck. It's hard, but you really got to keep your feet there. He's going to call it every time.
Yeah, below with a couple of opportunities to steal the ball, but not.
Yeah, it's getting there.
But unfortunately unable to keep her feet, and so that's going to be another penalty awarded to the Surfers.
I do think that these are the types of games where you really want to work on that skill. I think if you're going to get a penalty in this type of game so that you can get that you can get that skill in for those more important games, because that's going to be really big for her as the season progresses.
Another substitution. Roz is coming off with Tanya getting into the game. Tanya Westman.
All Blues trying out another 8, you think?
Number 5 for the Surfers has been a very strong runner all game long, Jamie Albarelli. Surfers using her abilities really well off of the lineouts.
Really taking advantage. I think that this was a power substitution by the Surfers.
And Tiffany Tate making an impact quickly, just after, moments after her substitution. She's been on a little while now, but
seems like she's going to be their go-to player in the second half. They're really going to try to use that wing. Oh, almost got that tackle. But now we've got some danger here for the All Blues. Surfers taking advantage of some space.
And that's a tackle you really had to make, because if that tackle is missed at all, that's an easy try there for the Surfers. So great cover tackle after a lot of pressure from below.
Really taking
and the All Blues managed to steal the ball.
Fantastic.
Comes out the back of the breakdown. Being moved to quickly by Evan to Laura. Quick support by Evan. Let's see if they're able to maintain possession here. It looks like they might have secured it. All Blues setting up their forward pods. Ali with a strong carry. And the All Blues able to drive a penalty, diving over the ruck by the Surfers. So they'll be able to relieve a little bit of that pressure, take their time, and try to find touch.
Amazing on the All Blues to take that momentum away. The Surfers tried to really get that momentum moving forward, and the All Blues just crushed it and took it away.
Very good kick. Very good kick by Kristen Ciano. I'm going to say Ciano. Is that correct?
Ciano.
I finally got it.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
It's incredible how long it takes you to learn the flying half name.
60 minutes into the game. But really good kick. All Blues with the throw-in at the 50.
Straight
Unable
enough.
to...
Not straight enough. It didn't seem that all that straight.
It certainly was caught on the outside shoulder here. Interestingly enough, it looks like we're doing a do-over. So
we know. We got ref calling time. Got another substitution coming on.
Number 14 is leaving the pitch.
They're shifting things around.
Number 21, Malia Martin.
Tegan McDonald going back to fullback.
Christina.
Bold choice to just run straight into the defense. Uh-oh. All Blues seem a little frazzled right now.
Playing the player without the ball, but not seen.
Uh-oh. And we've got a controversial call on the field. And potentially an injury on the pitch.
It looks like Evan is really slow to get up.
So we got a penalty for the Surfers. Are we going to consider that a holding onto the ball?
Yeah, he said not holding onto the ball. Yeah. But it seemed like playing a player without the ball as well. So not seeing the first infraction and going with the second ones. Another wonderful kick, really, by Megan to find touch. So the Surfers...
Kicking to this side, you really got the wind to your advantage.
It's true. We'll be putting the ball in just inside the All Blues 22. Or just outside of it, rather.
Yeah. So the Surfers completely changing up their backline configuration. See how that's going to impact the game.
Good throw in.
Surfers putting together some solid phases until I said something. I had to jinx them.
Just got to break the silence. But interesting call.
So no, wait, what?
Apologies, not entirely sure what the call was there. It looks like brought in by, but coming back to the Surfers. So anyways, this will be a scrum awarded to the Surfers.
Surfers knocking on the door again. Starting to put some phases together.
And really this game, the second half has been played between the 22s after that opening drive by the All Blues that resulted in a quick try to open the score in the second half. But neither team really finding any
good
big opportunities
there.
Yet. Good cover tackle, wing-on-wing violence over here. And another dribble!
I have to disagree with that. Once again, the ref really giving the benefit of the doubt to the Surfers on those knock-ons.
Probably going to be...
And an offsides call for the All Blues. Riling up the crowd here. These calls are not popular with the home crowd.
Yeah, some interesting calls there. Some that are deemed definitely controversial by the crowd here. I'm not entirely sure what the offsides was called off of, considering that the ball popped out and was fully out when Kit Kat dove on it. But it is nonetheless the call, so the Surfers will be playing off of the quick tap, or the tap. Looking for some width. It's well covered by Laura. Could she make the tackle? Good cut back in by the wing to maintain possession, go back to her support.
I'm losing my words here.
All right, guys, let's just accept that number 19 is going to be the dribble. We're just growing our roster of unexpected players here.
Going wide. Well picked up by
Maggie Simpson.
All Blues still being very ferocious on the tackles. Wow, that was an incredible pickup there off the...
Yeah, that was a great offload from the ground, left-handed. It's a really tough skill. I don't think people appreciate how tough that is to make. Great pickup by the receiver as well.
Another string of good phases by the Surfers. Going back and forth, making some ground here, finally breaking the line. All Blues getting back to try to cover on that defense, not let them into it, but we are right on the line. Advantage to the Surfers. Wish I had my binoculars. Surfers continuing to try to break that. Pick up and a try.
Diving for the line, and the Surfers are over the line. So Surfers opening their first score in the second half. A lot of penalties for the All Blue to set this up. A couple of controversial calls, but the Surfers doing a really great job of maintaining possession and putting together a good string of phases. Initially really staying just outside of that 22-meter line, but a great break through the middle by, I believe, one of their locks, finishing in a strong try, a strong dive into the try zone.
Okay. I have to hand it to their patience. They really kept their calm. They just kept on doing what they were doing until they found a break and broke through that line.
So a bit of a more challenging kick for Megan Foster, but into the wind. So you also have to take that into consideration as you're figuring out how to strike the kick, don't you?
Absolutely. No, this is a weird angle to kick because it's not quite into the wind. The wind is going to carry it probably a bit back and to the right. And for a right-footed kicker, this is hopefully going to curve in. Let's see how that goes for her. And it's wide right.
So not enough of a curve there. And, you know, you were the kicker for the All Blues. Like, when the wind is blowing the way it is today, like, how does that impact your mental game?
It definitely impacts it. It affects... It makes you think twice about where you're kicking when you're punting, when you got ball in hand. And on these conversions and penalties, it really makes you try to weave that.
And we're having another look here at the try, so we're just seeing the player diving for the line, and the All Blues kind of really slow to react to that pickup. But
they left that
I
gap
think
there.
Let's give the Surfers credit where credit's due. Really smart recognition that there was a gap between the two defenders, and strong move to get the ball down in between their feet.
Patience pays off.
So there's an injured player for the All Blues. I believe it's Abby, who is still down in the try zone. The All Blues asking for time as she's being assessed by the trainer and Joao, the coach.
Joao?
Yeah, agreed. I'm just pronouncing it as I'm sure the team is butchering it.
Like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Joao.
Joao.
Gotta love these Brazilian Portuguese names.
So it looks like Abby is being substituted out, and her replacement is on the field. So the All Blues to kick off to the Surfers.
Ooh, and a
line drive of a kick.
Good tackle. Balls to the backs of the Surfers. All Blues trying to break down that space.
All Blues making the tackle about 5 meters behind the gain line.
Bit of an overload here. Oh, and a mishandled ball by the Surfers.
Which is the first time it actually goes backwards in a while. So good no call here. And that's the same player who broke through the line to set up the try.
Shanisha Wofford.
All Blues with a great double tackle, driving the player back on their backs.
And a kick by the Surfers.
The wing is offsides. Not sure if the ref saw that. But
and it went backwards. Can she get it off to her fullback? Yes. Alba's really taking the ball back, and she goes wide. Cutting back in. Nice run by Maggie. Didn't have much to work with. Good tackle there by the Surfers.
Both teams really amping up the defense, I think.
Got a couple of good impact subs by the Surfers.
Yeah, fresh legs, fresh
strong
tackles.
shoulders.
No soreness.
Ooh, and a little fake out there.
Yeah, faked me out. All Blues able to maintain possession. Good strong run by Tyra.
Ooh, and a kick that might have been deflected by the Surfers before going out. Well, we're going to see here. Not so by the line judge. So we've got a Surfers ball in their defensive half.
So the put-in is going to be by the Surfers just outside of the 10-meter line. And again, this game really being played in this half between the 22-meter lines. So both teams showing a lot of resilience and a lot of grit in their tackling.
I think it goes back to maybe not taking advantage, leaving some tries on the table. Some of these errant passes. But that one works out for them. She didn't trust her speed on the outside, so she goes inside. Interesting defensive strategy there, but it worked out for the All Blues.
Both teams with a lot of advantages on the outside again, but both very slow to recognize that again, choosing to go through the middle when there's a clear overload in the back line. The All Blues, I will say, the few times that the Surfers have recognized the overload, the All Blues really able to play that cover defense really well.
But the Surfers really trying to make a go of it, continuing to try to get it out to the wings. Good defense by the All Blues to cover that. Really making the Surfers go back and forth, not gaining much ground.
The line out started it all was just inside of the 10 meters. We're at the midfield, but it's taken a few.
Okay, and
just
we
as
broke
we
a
say
line.
That, a nice break on the sidelines by the wing. Great pickup of the back of the ruck. The Surfers really showing a lot of energy here.
I have to imagine the All Blues defense is pretty tired. They haven't had any time. It's probably been another 20 phases since that line out, and we're still going.
This has got to be about 12 to 13 phases that the Surfers have put together.
Went backwards and got out of bounds.
The All Blues have had a little bit of a hard time fielding those high kicks. It's not the first kick that goes to ground, and that's a really unfortunate result here because it now gives the Surfers a great opportunity for possession.
Yep. And I'm actually surprised that the Surfers haven't taken more advantage of that when they could, especially in the midfield. We've seen the inexperience of the All Blues back three. They're really going to have to work on their, catching the ball under pressure and covering the right spaces for when this
the Surfers kicking to a side where the wind is playing to their advantage and the sun is in the eyes of the back three. So definitely agree with you there. Great throw in. They're setting up a maul. The All Blues playing good defense so far, pushing them back. Ball comes out the back.
And please call that a knock. And he calls that one a knock.
The crowd here cheering for the first knock-on call in
crowd appreciating
over
that.
20 minutes.
All right, so the All Blues in their red zone with possession, hoping to get out of there, give themselves some space. It won't be by kicking. Got good coverage here by the Surfers, but we do have some strong runners ready to run it out.
So the All Blues stacking a couple of people on the blind side.
But going strong side.
Woo!
What was that, the jingle jangle?
The jingle jangle. High tackle. I think that's the first high tackle call of this game, but there's definitely been a few high tackles in this game, so the ref finally making the call here. And the All Blues, I'm sure, will be relieved to get that call, having been in there so close to their try zone there for a minute.
Absolutely, but it is a penalty in the middle of the field, so they are opting not to kick it out. Probably a wise decision. They're going to run it out. Yeah, it has not worked out for them well so far in this game. A little bit of confusion there. Go on strong side. Another jingle jangle.
She is very good with the jingle jangle.
I would agree. Didn't make much ground this time, but really taking their time here. And, an errant box kick going back. The ruck was outside the 22, so even though she was in the 22 for the box kick, ball comes back for the line out.
Another tactical error from the All Blues, I think, just as well as the Surfers have made decisions under pressure. I think the All Blues here are showing a couple of poor decisions on the kicking.
Could come from a coach wanting to kick more, but having a team that's not quite ready for that type of tactic. That was
interesting to see that the body language for the fly half showed the whole time that they were going inside, and yet
it was pretty telegraphed. I didn't want to say that, but it was fairly telegraphed, and it's still.
All Blues got caught by surprise somehow.
Yeah.
All Blues really strong counter ruck, but Surfers do a great job of keeping the ball. And
Shanisha is a power runner there for the Surfers.
Definitely,
really brought in there to
with another penalty. So I think the tables have turned a little bit here. We're talking about how the Surfers were giving up so much territory through penalties in the first half, and now the All Blues are being dinged with a yellow card for repeat infractions. So definitely both teams having a bit of a hard time cleaning up around the breakdown.
I do think that the momentum has swung back towards the Surfers. They're really putting that pressure on, keeping calm, making good decisions, not doing anything too flashy. Just really, keeping it solid, taking it wide when they can.
Relying on the power running.
And it has resulted in a yellow card for the All Blues. It has to be frustrating for the team. Good tackle there. A high-low tackle. I remember being taught that back in the day. Though you have to, you do see that over and over again. We are taking two people for the tackles. We're going to have to see how that impacts the team. And
especially if you're not driving the player back. If you're going to commit to the tackle.
That fly half is having a really hard time with the scrum half pass, but the ref is really giving a lot of leeway there on those dropped balls.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these games, are training ground for reffing, and part of the staff here is Tim Liu, who's an excellent ref, and I'm sure that will be part of the feedback that's given to the refs. Got to develop refs as well, and it's a tough position having.
Absolutely, yeah.
I
spent 3 years post-retirement reffing, and I have to say it's a lot of pressure, especially on competitive games. One, when you have a tight matchup, you want to really keep that pace. You want to let the game open up, let the players really dictate the game, not let their errors dictate the pace of the game. But at some point, you really got to, hold that line, call what you see.
Absolutely. And the knock-on is the probably most obvious call for the game, especially today, the way that it's been played. Either way, it's an All Blues put in. Really good counter.
Yeah, that was not a strong scrum by the All Blues. Surprising. The first half was great for their scrumming, but they did continue to have the ball.
Well, they did lose Abby to an injury. And
that's true.
She's definitely a strong player for the All Blues in the scrum. So that'll have an impact.
Looks like they're getting ready to kick. Giving plenty of time for these Surfers to back up, but a strong kick nonetheless over the
by Evan. Good bounce. Laura's covering it. Let's see how the rest of the team organizes. Good cut.
Good cut, but covered by the All Blues. Getting that line. Everybody's set up.
Yeah,
and we're back in the middle of the pitch. So giving a little bit of breathing room to the All Blues. Surfers still with possession. Can they get
Good
over
tackle
it?
by Below. Ball's out. All Blues with a really strong double tackle. It's low. Having a hard time bringing the player to the ground, but at least not giving up any more territory. Surfers attacking weak. Offload is good. Keeping the ball live. Not giving the All Blues an opportunity really for that counter ruck.
Oh man, and that Shanisha, again, breaking the line, being a strong runner for the Surfers, giving them a little bit of breathing room there.
Yeah, she's come in with fresh legs, and she's had a massive impact on the game. I mean, obviously setting up the previous try and allowing the Surfers to gain territory on a number of occasions. Really powerful runner, really impactful runner. Another really good run here for the Surfers and good support. The All Blues having a hard time realigning. We can see some signs of fatigue with people walking to their position.
Again, we're beyond 10 phases, and there seems to be no signs of the Surfers slowing down.
Hakeem Abdul-Jabbar. You don't always see that in the game of rugby, but we've seen a lot of basketball being played today, so it makes sense that that would make an appearance.
A lot of handoffs and contact. Surfers continuing on the phase.
Great double tackle
here. All Blues showing a bit of fatigue still, and the Surfers go wide, and we have a try by the Surfers in the corner, taking advantage of that weak side.
Yeah, so taking a gamble there on the tackle and diving at the player, you have to make that tackle if you're going to come out that hard. Unfortunately for the All Blues, tackle isn't made, and that's an easy try for the Surfers. And when I say easy, really they've put together, I mean, it seemed like almost 20 phases of play.
The Surfers are really impressive in the amount of phases that they can put together, and it paid off. You know, they kept their heads, like we said, didn't do anything too flashy, just good, solid rugby.
Yeah, so the difference in this game so far is just that first initial try from the second half. So if Megan is able to convert this kick, and it is a tough one in the corner, it'll be a one-possession game. So definitely seemed for a minute there that the All Blues were running away with the match, but the Surfers finding a second wind. And the kick is well stricken, but short and a bit wide. So let's have a look here again. A bit of a gamble by the All Blues. It's a great tackle to bring this player down. Double tackle. She's put on her back, but then gamble here on the tackle, and good recognition. Dives into the try zone.
The All Blues have to be frustrated after the last 10 minutes. That was a tough string of possession. Yeah. I think we might. That time can't be right.
No, there's only about 2 minutes left in the game, so the All Blues have to really just close this game out, and hopefully can walk away with the W. Again, the mark of a great team is how you open and close halves, and especially how you close games. So let's see if the All Blues can find some clear-headedness as they try to close this game out.
It's really going to be about possession now. The Surfers are going to be coming hard at them, and the All Blues need to get that possession back and keep it.
Yeah, exactly. Just as much as the All Blues want to take their time.
And the ref calling the knock-on.
Just under 2 minutes to play here. The All Blues will be happy with that.
Yeah, I have to say this half has blown by. I am amazed that we only have that much time left. So All Blues with the ball in hand. A couple minutes left in the game. Name of the game is possession. Keeping it tight.
Yeah, so here you'd imagine that you want your support to be right on your tail, but once you have a scrum, keeping the ball tight, really running down the clock, making smart decisions. So let's see how the All Blues handle the closing minutes of the game.
Oof. That was a strong scrum
long
by the
whistle,
Surfers,
but very slow reaction by the ref. So it looks like we're going to have a do-over on the scrum.
Yep.
It seemed to me like a penalty whistle, but we were freaked out.
I think it was that is a safety whistle. That is a bunch of people on top of each other, ears covered, making sure that they all know that
Gotcha.
play is done. Stop pushing.
30 seconds left. It'll be interesting to see which clock the ref has. We started the clock on the broadcast exactly at halftime. Hopefully he's kept the same time.
Ooh, that is... Oh, and the Surfers getting a penalty for that. Let's see what that was. I can't imagine what the All Blues did to deserve that.
Yeah, this is an interesting call here, and I think we can agree that there have been a series of interesting calls, but the Surfers, knowing that they don't have a lot of time left, this is likely the last call, opting to keep the ball in play.
Yep. And I think All Blues fans that have been around for the past 20 years know that All Blues have had some tough calls against them. You just got to play through it. It's going to happen. It's never an excuse for the outcome of the game. Good tackles there by the All Blues, really putting that pressure on, making sure that the Surfers have no breathing room. Knowing that the game is inching towards the end.
Risky pass there by the Katie
Ball is
Chow,
out.
who's in the game, almost with that turnover. And that's definitely something that Katie Chow is very good at, but unable to convert it.
Good tackle.
Another great
there.
tackle by Below, and that's the type of physicality that Below really thrives off of. So not
I
surprised that she's made 3 or 4 tackles in this phase of play. And there's the knock that...
Nope.
Just kidding.
Really frustrated crowd here. But the All Blues continuing to play on, trying to get that ball back, trying to keep the Surfers in front of them.
It has to be frustrating because the All Blues are doing everything they can to pressure the ball, and when you see the ball go straight to ground and not get the call is very frustrating. But here, they just have to keep playing defense, and this is what the game's all about, being able to close the games under a lot of pressure. So let's see how the All Blues are able to respond here. And again, just...
Oh no, and we got a break here by the
thoroughly
Surfers.
impressed by the Surfers'
Good
ability
tackle,
to
but a
maintain
handoff.
possession.
I gotta say, my heart's pounding.
So is mine.
Get it. Oh,
Well, there was an opportunity for a poach, but entirely too slow to get to the ball there.
yep. Good tackles.
Good support by Ali on the blind tackle. All Blues a little bit discombobulated, but
Bit of an overload here. This is it. Covered well by the All Blues. Maybe not taken advantage of by the Surfers. But the ball is still in play, and we're still counting the phases. We got Shanisha
if you're
again.
the All Blues, what do you do differently here to steal the ball? I mean, a couple of things for me is that they're not getting to the poach quick enough, but what else would you do here?
I think that you got to have 2 people there at the tackle if it's close enough to the ruck for that second person to get the poach. But we've got 1 person, 1 tackle. Honestly, the All Blues are tired. This is a really high phase count, and it's been just pummeling them. We got a little bit of a break here. Everybody getting their bearings.
Well, I think if you're the All Blues, you want to make sure that whatever happens, you don't want it to happen under the posts.
Which is where we're at, so hopefully we can get that possession back. And a penalty!
And the All Blues will breathe a huge sigh of
Holding
relief
the ball.
here.
So
Getting the last call of the game and being able to clear it out.
Wow.
Shelby Lynn with a really smart play.